is it?
Open up, Amber.
You should have called first, Gil. I'm not dressed.
This won't be the first door that I've had to bust down. Now open up!
And I suppose I'm not the first woman you've gotten pregnant either. Am I right?
Retractor? No, a small malleable. Sponge? Alex, would you step in here and hold that, please? Okay. You got it?
Yeah.
It's like a jigsaw puzzle in here. Adson?
Hey, you're doing just great, Ben.
Alex, I don't know how she'll ever be able to talk again.
Well, if she can't, it's not going to be because of you.
Suture ligature?
Come in. So, here we are again. Can I get you anything?
Cut the charade, Amber.
I don't know why you're so upset. I would think that by now these things would be routine with you.
Why did you do it?
It takes two to make that kind of a mistake, Gil.
I'm talking about Stacy. Why did you tell her?
She's my sister. I needed someone to confide in.
You're really too much, you know that? You know what I think? I think you're lying. You're no more pregnant than I am. You're just jealous of Stacy and you're trying to hurt her.
She's a big girl. She should be able to handle it. And if you doubt my sincerity, why don't you just check with Marjorie Galvin, my OB?
Okay. So you're pregnant. Are you sure it's mine?
It's yours.
Well, it better be before you go spouting off to Stacy.
I don't have to think about it, Gil. There hasn't been anyone since you.
This is great. This is just great.
So how is Stacy taking the news?
How do you think? I gotta hand it to you, Amber. You sure fooled me. I believed all that garbage about independence and no strings attached. And you were just waiting for your chance to spring the big one, weren't you?
I didn't need you then, Gil, and I don't need you now.
Well, you needed something, or you wouldn't have thought it was so important to let me know.
I didn't think it was important for you to know. I can't help it if you found out.
Found out? Did you think that Stacy could keep something like this to herself? That's it, isn't it? You knew that she was going to tell me, and you knew how much it would hurt to hear it from her. You knew I'd find out. And
Life is full of disappointments.
what kind of person are you?
You know, Miriam, I hate to tell you this, but I don't think your old man is ever going to change.
I guess not.
I'll tell you what, I don't think he's going to play fair in court either. You know, Harold is behind you 100%, but He's having a little trouble building a case for you, you know?
I know. That's why he had to grill me over all my past. Said he was preparing me for Dan Meyer's questioning.
It's too bad judges and juries can't have some kind of hotline to the truth.
Well, the only thing I'm holding on to right now is the fact that God is the judge, even over all of them.
Well, that's not going to do you much good if you don't have Eric.
Eric, I know. He's asleep, isn't he?
Oh, sure. He can't hear us. Don't worry.
Okay.
You know, I got an idea.
Yeah, what?
When in Rome, do as the Romans do.
Oh, no, Babs. What do you mean by that?
Well, look, we all know that your father is not going to be any part of any fair hearing, right? And he'll lie under oath if he has to. Now, what person in their right mind is going to put up with that?
So are you suggesting that I lie under oath, too?
No, Miriam, you couldn't lie your way out of a paper bag.
Okay, then what are you suggesting?
Well, your father wasn't above kidnapping Eric.
No. No, Babs.
Oh, come on, Miriam. I mean, it's not the same thing. You're his mother. You wouldn't really be kidnapping him. And you could go to Canada or England or wherever you wanted to and raise your son, and you wouldn't have to worry about Charles Carpenter.
Babs, I am supposed to appear in court tomorrow.
That's not a real court anyway. Besides, your father's already in contempt because he will stop at nothing to steal your son. Don't give him that chance, Miriam.
I couldn't do it. I mean, what about all my friends who are willing to testify for me? What would that make them feel like?
Look, they'll understand. They know what you're up against.
All right. But what about God? I mean, I'm supposed to be trusting in God to help me. No, I am trusting in God.
Well, just remember what it says. God helps those who help themselves.
You know, Ion said that's not even in the Bible.
It isn't?
No. Babs, I know you mean well, I know you do, but see, the main reason that I want to raise my own son is so that I'd have a chance to show him love, show him right from wrong. Now, what kind of an example would I be if I'm not even willing to do right myself?
A very pretty speech, Miriam. But if Eric isn't around to see your fine example, what good is it going to do you? Huh? Think about it.
Wait, Babs.
Look, I'm sorry, but if you want to hang around for the slaughter, well, I can't help but thinking you're just a little bit crazy.
I can't believe that you would do this just for spite. And to Stacy, she hasn't done anything to you. What, do you think she lured me away from you or something? You know that's not true. All I needed was some sort of commitment from you. And you couldn't be interested, remember?
So Stacy got you on the rebound?
I just discovered a beautiful woman who happens to be your sister.
Are you sure about that?
I'm positive. She's capable of having feelings towards another human being, something you know nothing about.
She's also capable of putting on quite an act, as she has done so noticeably of late.
Inside, Amber. I'm talking about inside. You don't know Stacy at all.
And I suppose you do.
That sister of yours has got more class and more heart than you could ever hope of having. She's not only beautiful, she's nice.
And what makes you think you deserve nice?
I don't know, but I'll take it.
Assuming, of course, that she'll have you back.
She'll have me back. I'll make it up to her.
You're pretty confident, aren't you?
I am confident of Stacy.
Well, let me tell you something about nice, Gil, since you obviously don't know. Every time Stacy looks into those misty blue eyes of yours, she's going to be reminded of me and it. Nice girls don't know how to handle that sort of thing.
I'm wasting my time here, aren't I?
I don't know what you thought you could accomplish anyway.
I thought that maybe, just maybe, you might have a reason for doing this incredibly stupid thing.
You probably thought I wanted you back.
I thought you were lying. And if not, I thought you might have needed some help. But I'm glad. I can't tell you how glad I am that you don't need me.
That makes two of us.
One more thing. What do you plan to do? Get an abortion?
That's right.
Figures. You'd have made a lousy mother anyway.
I would have made a lousy mother. Don't you try and lay all your guilt on me. You are such a coward. It is so typical of you, Gil Prescott, to make somebody else feel guilty and inadequate for your own stupidity. The truth is, you would have made a lousy father because you aren't capable of thinking about anybody but yourself.
Hello?
Hi, Laura, it's me, Russ.
Russ, are you and Ben at the clinic?
No, as a matter of fact, we're at Kingsley General. We had an emergency come up. Ben's in surgery right now.
Russ, no.
No. I didn't mean that. He's performing surgery. He's not getting operated on, Laurie.
Yeah, I know that, but with his hand, I mean, he
Well, he
can't.
seemed fine. Hey, don't worry. As a matter of fact, he saved your aunt's life tonight.
Nancy?
Yeah, apparently she got really depressed and went out and got drunk. And she called the clinic looking for Dave Phillips. It's pretty lucky that Ben answered, and it's lucky that he took her seriously, too. By the time we got to the bar that she phoned from, he told her to stay put, but she didn't. She'd already left.
Was she driving?
Yeah, unfortunately. We found her. She totaled the car and was a wreck.
How is she?
I don't know. They're in surgery right now. I think she's gonna be okay, though.
Russ, only a miracle could take Ben through that kind of surgery with his hand the way it is.
Well, Alex is overseeing the operation. All I know is that it wasn't any time to hesitate, and Ben got right to it.
Well, thanks for calling, Russ, and I'll just wait up for him.
Sure, okay.
Russ,
Yeah.
I don't know if you can, but if you can let him know, would you just tell him that I'm praying for him?
Yeah, I'll try.
Thanks.
Terry.
Russ, have you heard anything about the operation?
No, I haven't. Have you been down there yet?
Just talked to the nurses in ER. They don't know anything either.
Oh, hey, have a seat.
Oh, thanks.
Can I get you anything? Coffee?
No, that's all right.
It's pretty bad, Terry.
Russ, I just have this terrible feeling that Nancy caused the accident on purpose.
Yeah. You know, I'd like to say something comforting right now, but I think you're right.
I should have known. We all should have. The signs were so obvious. I just wish I knew what was going on in there.
You're gonna find out. Here's Ben now.
Oh, Ben.
Oh, thanks. I needed that.
Alex.
Yeah, she's all right, Terry. She's gonna make it.
Thank God. How are you?
Well, right now, all I want is a cup of the blackest coffee I can find.
Hey, well, let me get that for you, Ben. Alex, how about you?
Oh, thanks.
Okay.
Well, Lori called me.
Oh, good. I'm glad she did. Terry, I hate to say this, but Nancy's accident.
Yeah, I know. Russ already confirmed my own suspicions.
Well, we don't know that for sure, but
It's okay. I'm just glad you were there.
Terry, I wonder if Ione knows yet.
Oh my gosh, I forgot all about telling her. I'm going to do that right now.
Do you
Excuse me.
realize what time it is?
Yes, I do, but she'd want to know.
Thanks.
Gents?
Well, I want you to tell me about things like this when they happen.
Nothing's happened. She just can't sleep.
Well, that's still not right, Mary.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to wake everybody up.
Well, I'm upstairs reading my Bible and hearing little sounds like little mice running up and down the stairs. Oh, Lord. Hello?
Ione, this is Terry.
Oh, Terry, how are you? What is it?
First of all, I just want to tell you that Nancy is going to be all right.
And she is? Well, where is she? There at the house?
No, I'm calling from the hospital. Nancy was in a car accident. She had to have surgery, but she's out now, and everything is going to be just fine.
Oh, Terry, I was afraid of this. Nancy's been in an accident, but she's all right now.
I knew that you were worried about her, and I would have called you earlier, but Lori just called to tell me the news a short while ago.
Oh, well, I want to thank you for calling me.
Ione, I really don't think there's any point in you coming down here now. I just want you to keep her in her prayers, won't you?
Oh, well, you know I will, Terry.
Oh, and keep Ben in your prayers, too. He did the surgery.
He did? Well, I thought they weren't going to allow him to perform any more surgery.
Well, that's true, but he was there right after the accident, and, well, there really was no other choice.
Well, I'm sure he did his best.
Yes. Now, take care, Ione.
All right, you take care now.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Well, Ione knows. She was awake.
Well, I guess she was worried about Nancy not coming home.
You know that she was, but I told her not to bother coming down at this hour.
Well, I'm glad for that. If Ione saw Nancy now, it might scare her to death.
Well, what did you do exactly?
Well, now, don't look at me. Ben did the surgery.
The larynx was crushed. We had to wire the pieces back together.
Oh, come on, Ben. Come on. Now, look, I've got to tell him what you did. Now, you know the stent that you put inside the larynx after it's been wired?
I think so.
Well, it braces the cartilage from the inside after it's been repaired. Now, we couldn't find the material we needed. So Ben took a glove, cut off the finger, and put a piece of sponge inside of it.
Your hand sponge?
Exactly. Oh, he rinsed it out and sterilized it first, of course, but it worked like a charm.
Ben,
I know.
let me see your hand.
I've already checked. I can't move it any better than I could before.
But you operated.
And it was the most severely damaged larynx I've ever seen. And Ben wired it back together.
And this was the hand of God.
Oh, that's what Terry said. She wants you to keep Ben and Nancy in your prayers.
Oh, I will.
Oh, that poor girl has been through so much.
Been through? What about all the garbage she's put everybody else through? Honest to Pete, I am so tired of seeing the world lick Nancy's boots. Her and Charles Carpenter, too.
Oh, Babs, you're wrong about that.
Oh, am I? Am I supposed to feel sorry because she's gotten what she deserves? Not quite what she deserves, but almost.
Well, you gave her a black eye, and that didn't seem to satisfy you.
You bet it didn't.
Now, you just gonna keep on dishing her the worst you can, or you gonna let the Lord put a little forgiveness in that heart of yours?
Look, I got news for you. She doesn't like me any more than I like her.
I think that Babs is more than just upset with Nancy. I think she's a little mad about the way my father's treating me.
You're darn right I am. I think they ought to lock him up. As a matter of fact, they could lock him up along with Nancy. They used to be together, didn't they? They could lock them both in the slammer and throw away the key, and they could live happily ever after.
Why don't you just let the Lord handle it?
Oh, that's not all. Babs has a plan. For me and Eric, too. Why don't you tell her, Babs?
Well, what?
Considering the way my father always gets around the law, she thought that I ought to take Eric away from here this morning. You know, just forget the hearing.
Now, will you tell me just what that's going to accomplish?
A lot. She'll be able to raise her son trouble-free.
You mean by running and probably hiding for the rest of her life? Miriam, you don't want that.
No, I don't. But she does have a point about my father. It's like he has 10 cannons aimed against my little squirt gun.
Dear Lord, you know, you're not any worse off than David was when he faced Goliath. Or for that matter, when the Israelites had Pharaoh after them. Anybody who has called on the name of the Lord when they felt they were up against a wall?
But Miriam isn't that bad off yet. She's not up against the wall.
Oh, Babs, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. If anybody, I'd never think it would be you to be recommending running. I mean, what did you learn from Ronnie Washington and Lance?
That was different.
Oh, no, it wasn't. Or am I wrong? Now, you tell me the truth. I mean, are you sorry that you had to stop running for your life? Or are you bored with this easy life?
Of course not. That was different. I could stop running because they caught Ronnie and Lance. But who's chasing Charles Carpenter, huh? Nobody.
Well, I'd say Charles Carpenter's arms were too short to box with God.
Oh, Ione, you always say that. But he gets away with murder.
Oh, he does?
Wait a minute, I'm not sure I know what you mean here.
Miriam, do you love that little boy of yours?
Well, you know I do.
And do you plan to raise him in the fair nurture of the Lord?
Yes.
What do you think your daddy does?
No, far from it.
Well, all right. Now, you tell me whose side you think God's going to be on. Miriam or her father's? Well, ladies, I know it's a little early, but I'm gonna fix a little breakfast. Anybody want to come and help me?
Miss, I'm gonna go on up and have a look at Nancy.
Ben, you need to get some sleep.
I will, but I also have to call Dave.
Well, I'll call Dave in a couple of hours and let him know.
Would you do that? That'd be great.
Sure.
Okay, just tell him I'll be in sometime in the afternoon.
Okay. Oh, and kiss little Scotty for me, will you?
I will.
Hey, Ben, wait a minute, will you?
Yeah?
Look, I hate to load this on you right now, but you and I both need to be prepared for it.
Prepared for what?
Lester Lewis.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to hear about you performing that surgery almost the minute he gets to the hospital.
Good old Lester at it again.
Look, I'm just saying you can expect a phone call from him later this morning, so be prepared for it.
For crying out loud, he saved her life.
Yeah, I know that. And I know that what I did was absolutely right under the circumstances, too. But Lester's not likely to see it that way until we persuade him otherwise. So just give it some thought, will you, Ben?
Right. I'll tell you what, I'll see you later.
See ya.
Oh, I don't know how I'm gonna be able to eat this morning. I can't even pour the juice.
I'll do it.
Thanks. And you are gonna come with me to the hearing today, aren't you?
Oh, of course I am, and Babs is too.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I really appreciate your support. I really do.
Oh, the time's creeping up on us. Don't you think you ought to go upstairs and get dressed?
Yeah, I guess you're right. If you're sure you don't need my help here.
The stairs are that way?
I'm going.
You know, Ione, I'm not very hungry either.
Well, suit yourself. But this is one body's not going to any boxing match on an empty stomach.